Aveo Friends. So here is week 14, pretty much over and done with. And here is my summary. This was a good week in a few different ways. I feel like at work it was very successful. We took our first assessment over our first module, which had to do with prehistory, and the students did pretty good on it. Um, Also, I reviewed the test and had a pretty fun activity that I turned into a game with the help of AI. So I'm following through on my goal to try to make it as engaging as possible, which is challenging sometimes because of the time constraints that I have, and then also the actual standards that have to be taught too. So that's a bit challenging, but I feel like all in all it's going well. And we are entering a new unit on Mesopotamia, which I got to dig into yesterday and do a lot of planning on that lesson, which is very fun. Um, so those are great things that are going on. My oldest daughter is very pregnant right now, and so I've been helping out by taking my grandson back and forth to daycare most days of the week, and that's been going well. Um, what else? Let's see. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, so being of service to my family and also to my students. So those are seem to be pretty exciting. Challenges this week, I would say, like feeling like a lack of time to do some of the things that I want to do. I think that's one of the challenges that I have. And then also, like, the biggest challenge, honestly, has been alcohol consumption, like knowing that I want to quit and then not doing it, like just making the choice to drink whenever I know that it's not good for me, and also take kratom, which is all I know not good for me either. So I really have felt the effects this week, and I got a cold too, which I never get. I'm pretty much over it now, but I know that the alcohol definitely had an impact on my immune system, because I don't usually get colds. And yeah, I've just been feeling it. Not feeling very good. I stubbed my toe really bad. And Julia Cannon, who's Dolores Cannon's daughter. I'm not sure if you guys know who that is or not, but she has a book about how our bodies kind of give us a message whenever we are not making good choices. So it's kind of ironic that the foot, and it's the right side, which means that it's a message for what's happening now. So the injury symbolizes how I'm not moving forward on my path, and I definitely feel that. I feel like the alcohol is something that needs to go. It's been needing to go for a long time, and I'm ready to make that transition. So I bought a book to read or to listen to on Audible. It's called, actually, I had it because I've thought about doing this many times through the years and have kind of off and on um, dabbled with sobriety. I downloaded the book The Easy Way for Women, and that is by Alan Carr, and started listening to that. So I listened to that on my way to work, my way home from work this week, and pretty much every day, and had it finished by Friday. And so I took my last drink, and I am excited about being sober. I did I made a list of like the reasons why I want to quit drinking, and it's long. It's really long. And then the benefits, or the things that I was kind of getting out of was pretty short. Like, I look forward to drinking after a tough day. It's a way of taking a break, a way of rewarding myself. It's relaxing at first. It's an easy way to change my state of being. It's a family tradition. Basically, I come from a long line of alcoholics and drinkers, and all the social activities always revolved around drinking. And I have been drinking since a very young age, like off and on, obviously not every day or anything, but since I was probably about 12. And I also have it associated with lots of positive things that I like sailing and eating out and, holidays and things like that. I mean, I have to keep experiencing those things. But I'm going to have to do it sober. I'm choosing to do it as a sober person. And I think I know intellectually that those things that I love doing, I'm still going to enjoy them, and probably a lot more, because I'll be able to be present and I won't be thinking about like drinking or not drinking or all of those things. So I think just moderation just isn't really working for me. I know that works for some people, but if I say that I'm only going to have one drink, that drink usually turns into two or three or more. So definitely not good. I'm not a good moderator. And I know that about myself. I know that it doesn't work. I've tried it many times and it doesn't work for me. But all of the reasons not to drink, oh my gosh, so many. So it's bad for my health. And one of the main reasons why I want to quit is I feel like I'm such a bad example to my kids, and that's not who I want to be. I want to be a positive influence, and I want to be a role model, somebody that they can look up to. Not that I think that I need to be perfect. I don't have that standard for myself, but at the same time, I want to follow my excitement. I want to live Bashar's teachings, and drinking alcohol is not part of that. Like, it's not fun for me. I need to give it up. It's not part of my excitement. And then also my children see me making those choices and like drinking to excess. And of course, I don't want them to drink to excess. And then also, I think they have a lack of respect for me because I'm making those choices, or at least my girls. My son doesn't seem to really mind, but yeah, something that bothers me probably more than anybody. Also, I know it's bad for my health. It causes me not to want to work out, and I do like working out. I like doing yoga. I like walking, and working out with weights. I enjoy all of that, and it makes me not want to do it. Makes my body ache. Interferes with sleep, like really bad. If I have more than 2 glasses of wine, I am waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and not able to go back to sleep. Definitely has contributed to weight gain, and I would like to lose weight. So dehydrates my body. It makes me look old, makes my face puffy, and brings on some hot flashes. So I am, menopausal age. So hot flashes kind of come with it, but it makes it worse. And also making really poor choices drinking. I mean, I've definitely drank in a buzz state before, which is dangerous. And not being able to, I want to be able to take good care of my grandson when I'm watching him. I don't want to be buzzed. And same with my dogs. I fed my grand dog raisins one time, and I had a couple of glasses of wine. And if I had to take him to the vet, I wouldn't have been able to do that. It wouldn't have been safe for me to drive. So it's definitely not a good thing. And then it negatively impacts my immune system. So those are all some of the things that I came up with. Kratom also dehydrates me, really causes my bladder to be very sensitive, and I could barely make it to the bathroom. I know it's terrible for my liver, makes my stomach feel really weird, and it also gives me this weird feeling in my stomach that's almost like hunger, and that brings on like the alcohol craving. So those two are very tied together. So they both have to go. So the benefits of kratom, like it does change my state pretty instantly, and I feel better. Like I feel my mood lifts whenever I take that. And then I can push through doing things that I don't really enjoy doing, and it kind of gives me more energy. However, the negative impacts of that are a lot worse than the positive. So I'm ready to be done with it. And I want to be healthy and I want to detox my system, like Bashar talks about. We're living in these toxic environments. And if you get the toxins out of your body is magical and it can heal itself. And um, I am pretty healthy. Like I take vitamins and I care about my health. And it just doesn't make sense that I'm ingesting a poison and causing harm to myself. So that is the biggest challenge. So the things that Bashar says about this is like alcohol for one is or addiction is it's caused by an emptiness that you have that you're using alcohol to fill or whatever the substance is. Um, and it comes from a denial of a sense of disempowerment. And therefore, instead of actually knowing that the connection is never left to your source of empowerment, you are left to believe that you are disconnected. And since you cannot go through the denial to find a way to fill the connection, you attempt to fill that emptiness with things that dull your awareness of the disconnection. So I probably didn't read that or explain it well, but basically, you are feeling some kind of emptiness or disconnection, and then you're using the alcohol to fill that void. So I think that was true for me at one time. Um, and that's probably how it started. But now that I have discovered Bashar's work, I feel like it's just a choice that I'm making. And I don't necessarily feel empty or sad or anything whenever I do it. So I don't feel like I'm using it to cover up something, but I am definitely open to discovering that. So maybe whenever I stop, I might feel these feelings, or I have had some trauma in my past. So maybe alcohol is being used to cover those emotions up. I'm not sure. So I, I will keep you posted on that. Maybe some things come up. But I have asked my spirit team for help and support in this journey. And I believe Bashar whenever he says that whenever you change, like we're shifting through billions of parallel realities each second. So whenever I made the decision to change, that's an instant change. I'm no longer that person. So I'm not no longer that person that drank alcohol. So um, yeah, I think it can be instantaneous. I think it can be easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a difficult process. And I am open to having it be easy and um, saying goodbye to alcohol and to kratom once and for all. So that's my week, and we'll definitely keep you posted. This is week 14, and if you haven't already, I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing to my channel and sharing your experiences. Maybe I don't know, hopefully you're not addicted to alcohol or kratom or any other drug, but if you have had to give those things up, or you have felt a similar way, maybe you could post your experience and how Bashar's teachings have helped you with it. That's all for this week, and I look forward to week 15 and using Bashar's teachings to have a fantastic week and to be present in my life and become more and more of who I am. Aveo.